My husband's phone rang. I picked it up, thinking it was work. A woman whispered, "You left your undie?" My name is Andrew, and I am a detective in Boston. I'm going to tell you a story about a time I had to do my job twice. The champagne flute slipped from my father's hand before it shattered. The sound was sharp, like a bone snapping. Every head in the room turned. The man who'd spent my entire life calling me a disappointment was pale and rigid. Then the words cut through the buzz of wedding chatter like a knife. "My God, she's on the news." On the massive television in the hotel bar. My face filled the screen. Not in uniform, not in the black polo with security emblazoned across the chest, like my father always made a point of mentioning no tonight. The headline beneath my face declared "Local Woman Thwarts International Smuggling Syndicate." The news anchor's voice resonated into the wedding hall. Undercover for 26 months, critical intelligence shared with federal agencies. I didn't stir. I didn't smile. I simply let the silence become more profound. I hadn't been invited to this wedding until my younger brother insisted, "Please come. You're still family." He'd said, unaware of the years of discord beneath those words. It was my father's third marriage. Another young bride barely older than me wearing her new diamonds like a shield. When he spotted me at the reception, his eyes narrowed, his jaw tightened before the feigned smile appeared. "Look who has graced us with her presence," he said to the table. The security guard. Laughter ensued. The polite kind the kind people use when they are agreeing with someone's slight, without giving it much thought. I let it pass. Not because it didn't wound, but because I had a far superior weapon than words. Years earlier, I had striven to be the daughter he could be proud of. University scholarships, dreams grander than the small town we were from. But then my mother passed away, and my father remarried before the earth. On her grave had even settled. The new wife despised me, claiming I was a drain on him. He believed her. When I departed home, it wasn't for a glamorous profession. I took the first job I could find, night security at a shipping yard. He never let me forget it. Every phone call was another reminder that I was squandering my potential, that I couldn't even secure a proper career. What he didn't realize was that the job was not what it appeared. It began with small discrepancies, anomalies in the logs containers with counterfeit manifests. One night, I apprehended a man attempting to enter a restricted zone. His ID was in order, but something in his eyes told me otherwise. I filed a report. 2 days later, 2 men in dark suits appeared in the break room, federal agents. They informed me they had been tracking a smuggling operation for months. Weapons, narcotics, human trafficking. They needed a person on the inside, someone invisible to the criminals, because they were too busy underestimating her. That was me. 26 months of playing the part, logging containers, memorizing faces, transmitting information in ways that appeared innocuous. I wore the uniform like a disguise, and every time my father mocked it, I allowed him to because I knew what was coming. The raid took place 3 weeks ago. Dozens were apprehended. The story was ubiquitous, but I had remained silent as per the agreement until tonight. I had orchestrated it flawlessly. The wedding reception was at full capacity. The television in the adjacent bar always broadcast the evening news. When my segment began, it was like pulling the pin from a grenade and letting it roll across the dance floor. I watched my father's face transform from smug to stunned to something else. Recognition, regret. His bride blinked between us. Bewildered guests whispered. The anchor's voice continued talking about heroism and vital undercover intelligence. "I guess it wasn't just a security guard job," I said softly, raising my glass. No one laughed this time. He attempted to speak something about being proud, about not knowing. But the truth about a man like my father is his pride does not recover from being publicly exposed. And I did not grant him the dignity of a reply. I left him standing there, shards of glass at his feet, champagne seeping into the carpet. Outside, The night air was crisp. Somewhere inside the party was still trying to regain momentum, but I knew the moment had landed. He would never live it down. And I had accomplished my job twice. The first was dismantling a smuggling ring. The second was allowing my father to see too late that the daughter he had disparaged was the one he should have been celebrating all along. I didn't need his pride, I had my own, and that was more than enough.